everyone, Dr. Beth Westy here, and I wanted to talk about some of these little secret things about menopause that so many women are struggling with and frustrated with and just don't understand why. Like, why is this happening? One of the most common things that I work with women on, and so my book, The Female Fat Solution, has come out recently. So this is on Amazon. If you haven't gotten a copy, get your copy now. Lots and lots of great information in there. And I do have a whole section dedicated to women, but to menopause. Yay! Hi, Katie! But I am really focused on women in menopause because there's literally like no information out there for these women, and it's so frustrating to try and go through all these things and not have the right guidance. So you keep going through the same things over and over and over again, and you're still frustrated and wondering what the heck. So that is, I have a challenge group starting. It is starting very soon, so if you're interested, click that link, or if you're finding this information helpful, if you could click the share button, I would so appreciate it, helping get my mission out to educating more women on things that they can do for their bodies and their health to live their best lives. So it's all about getting healthier. And one of the things that I talk to women every day, they message me and email me, and so many of them are like, I just don't understand. I'm eating healthy. I'm working out. I am doing the same, like I didn't change anything I'm doing. And all of a sudden I have put this weight on and I cannot for the life of me get it off. And I cannot for the life of me figure out why. If I do something that takes off a few pounds, it only lasts very temporarily, and then it comes back and then I gain 2 pounds on top of what it was before. What the heck is happening? And here is exactly what's happening. The world we live in today is very different than our great-grandmothers lived in, and our bodies are reacting to a lot of stress and a lot of different things in the environment that really just shut down our metabolism because our hormones get thrown off. The female hormone system is actually really sensitive to shifts and changes and stressors, change in diet, change in exercise, all these things that can throw it off. But if you're thinking, well, I haven't changed that, a lot of times it's just things that you're coming into contact with on a daily basis, or the stress that you're having. Your body system's not used to responding to these things, and that triggers your hormonal system to say, whoa, 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 we're going to freak out, and then it shuts down your metabolism. So on average, and this is information that's just out there that you can find, on average, women gain between 5 and 7 pounds just from going through menopause. So perimenopause and menopause, average. So this is somebody who, they're eating healthy, they're still exercising, they're doing all the same things that they were doing before, but yet they're just putting on this extra weight. That is average. So if you were to go in and talk to, a medical professional and say, you know what, I'm struggling with this, they're going to say, yeah, that's what happens. No, that sucks. What? But there are so many things that you can do nutrition-wise, tweaking your nutrition system, really getting ahead of the game, being proactive instead of reactive. Instead of waiting for this to come on, say, hey, I'm going to get ahead of the game. I'm going to jump on this and make sure I am not going to be one of these ladies. Or if this is already you, saying, I'm going to jump in and do these different things. I'm going to talk about doing things like protein pacing. This is all part of the challenge group: protein pacing, intermittent fasting, carb cycling, really getting that high protein diet, eating a clean, healthy diet, working with your hormones in a completely different way. Hi, Beth. So that this is not a thing for you anymore. Now, most often women are like, okay, but I understand, like, people just say menopause, but like, why menopause? Why? What is it about menopause? And one of the biggest things, I'm just going to pick apart one detail of this. Yes, Beth, being more proactive. Yeah, that's totally the name of the game. Because what happens when you go through menopause, your hormones, they can't change. Really, it just drops. Just drops. The level of hormone drops in the body. So when estrogen drops in your body, it naturally will increase your hunger. Great, right? Thumbs up there. Oh, thanks. Oh, super duper. So everything that you were doing before, you're just going to be naturally hungrier. So naturally, a lot of women will put more on their plates, or just change how much they're eating, or eat more. A lot of times it's carbs or sugars, things like that, because they're just really needing that extra hormone. So Kelsey is saying, you've been working with hormones, diet, and you don't feel like it's working, just looking to help with leveling my hormones, if that makes sense. Yes, Kelsey. If you want to message me, we can chat about some specific things maybe that would help you more. Because a lot of women, especially, focusing on menopause for this, this is something that when women go through, it can wreak havoc on their system, and really do a number on your system, on your body, and everything else. So that can be the really, really tough thing here. So when estrogen drops, your hunger is just going to increase. That's just what happens. Great. The other thing that happens when estrogen drops, as a natural response your body does, it increases your stress and your cortisol. Just increases it. Now as a side effect, when that happens, naturally your blood pressure will go up too, and your blood sugars go up. Oh, super. Yeah. These are like the physiological changes that happen in the body. So you're thinking, well, why is it like this? This is why. This is what happens in the body. Now, when the blood sugars and everything else increase, that will also cause a decrease in the release of your stomach acids. Now we're incorporating a whole new system, your digestive system. That when your stomach acids are not naturally as active and aren't being released at their same rate as they used to, that means your digestive system's not breaking down the foods, the nutrients, the nutrients from the food particles that you're eating. So even though you're eating healthy, it's not breaking it down as well as it should. So one of the things I recommend for this is to make sure you're really doing apple cider vinegar. Some women notice the biggest benefit from doing that twice a day. They do apple cider vinegar in the morning and the afternoon, or when they're eating, or sometimes it's when they're eating their meals, and then adding in things like kombucha. That's going to help add more digestive enzyme, add more probiotic to your system so that you can break down these nutrients, because that's the natural side effect. Decreased estrogen, increased stress and cortisol, increased blood pressure and blood sugars, and then decreased stomach acid. It's this whole fun chain reaction. It's a whole fun chain reaction. Yeah, it's really fun. And then all these things in effect lead to that extra weight gain that women go through. Thanks. Right? So when we talk about these things, and we talk about changing your nutrition and really working with your hormones, a lot of times it's not saying, oh, well, this is bad, or try and stop this. Like, these are the processes that naturally happen. So what can we do in a proactive state to make sure, okay, let's boost our stomach acids. Let's really start encouraging this. What if you have a full hysterectomy and don't want to do hormones? Oh, yes. So this is, when we talk about menopause, the group that I have, this is for menopause for any reason. For a lot of women, it's, it's just that phase of life that they're going into. For some women, they've had a surgery or an illness or something where it brings on menopause, or they've gone through menopause because of that. And the hormone levels are different. So it's exactly the same. The reaction in the body, the chain reaction of things, because you've gone through menopause for whatever reason, the chain reaction occurs the same, if that makes sense, Molly. And again, just if you want to chat more about it, you can message me and we can chat about it. But that's the other really hard thing, is that all of a sudden you're like, hey, this is really hard to all of a sudden reverse this or whatever, right? So these side effects are happening. Okay, what can we do to really focus on the stomach acids and increase that? What can we do to really decrease stress and cortisol, especially if you're active? And for women, a lot of times you are going to be focused on really making sure that you're not increasing your stress and cortisol levels with exercise, because that's going to do the opposite really quickly in your body, really, really quickly. And then doing things to help level your blood sugars out, right? All these like nutritional things around that. So hopefully that kind of makes sense. But this is, I want to say, one of the hormones, and this is one of the pathways that happens. There's a bunch of these that branch off, right? And then that all in effect has a result there. Yay. So great. So great. So this is the information that I have for you ladies tonight, or for everyone tonight. Again, if you do have questions, don't hesitate to reach out to me. I'm more than happy to answer questions. But this is one of those things that women just, I feel like, aren't being educated on, and then given other options on, what to do about it. Oh, I'm not feeling good. Oh, well, that sucks. I guess that's just the way it is for you. Oh, no. There's so many things that you can do around this to really help feel better and be your healthiest self at any phase of life for whatever reason that you got there. So that's what I got for you guys tonight. Stay tuned for tomorrow. I'm going to be talking more about estrogen because this is something I've gotten a lot of questions on recently. So I want to make sure that this is something I go through thoroughly just to help you guys understand. But again, any questions, don't hesitate, and stay tuned for more fun info, and I will see you guys later.